Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Rusty78609. I am so glad you are here today. I'm excited to be alive. I just got through hitting a bucket of balls at the driving range at Delaware Golf Course and Country Club near Burnet, Texas. Very nice place, and I enjoyed myself immensely. Normally I wouldn't go to the driving range because I believe, if you're going to practice playing. But I thought I'd better find out if I could even hit a golf ball, because I haven't hit one in over 3.5 years in that range, maybe longer, I'm not sure. But I did okay. The clubs are okay. The balls are still round all the way around, and so I'm pleased with that. And what did I learn? I learned that I can play all right. I'll be a threat. They won't leave me in the back of the pack, I'll guarantee you that. And what else did I learn? I learned that, golf can be as expensive or inexpensive as you want it to be. I looked at, there's a men's golf association that plays on Fridays, and they were just getting started when I got to the golf course. They were out on the driving range and, on the putting greens and stuff. And they buy their own golf cart. They'll spend $10,000 or more on a golf cart. Of course, then they've got the best clubs money can buy. And and most of them are pretty good golfers. Most of them are going to shoot in the 80s somewhere, but they've got a lot invested. But of course, that's their whole life. They've worked all their life. They're retired now, and they're going to reap the benefits of all that hard labor they put in. They've got a nice house on the golf course, and they all party together and all play golf together. And I don't think many of them leave that golf course very often. I see them there every time I go there, which is not often anymore, but I used to go there frequently. But having said that, it's just a case of different strokes for different folks. To play golf at that golf club, unlimited golf with a golf cart will cost you about $2,200 a year. That's about not quite $200 a month, just under $200 a month. And that's cheap. I mean, I'm telling you, even though that's a really nice golf course, highly rated in Texas and so forth. And why am I mentioning all this? Because I know some of you, and some people may watch this video because I'll label it something to do with golf. But, for some of you guys that are just getting started, I did a video and I'll post it today. It may go up before this one, I don't know. But it's about, how to, save a little money on equipment until you get pretty good at golf, because you can't really notice the difference anyway. But as to a lifestyle, a way of life for people, seniors particularly, I think it's great. They get, even if they ride in the cart, they get an ample amount of exercise, walking from the cart to the ball. And sometimes if it's rained and the course is wet, they'll have what they call cart paths only. That means you have to leave the cart on the path and walk to your golf ball no matter where it is, and that'll give you some exercise, particularly me. And but anyway, so it's just a different way of life. A lot of people are critical of it because they think it's a silly game, and I think, to me, all games are pretty silly. I mean, what about basketball? What about hockey? What about golf? I mean, golf's right in there. Baseball, football, all of them got a little ball and they go crazy. They kill each other to get it. So, but different strokes for different folks, and you got to learn that in life. The sooner you learn it, the better off you are. Everybody's not going to be like you. Everybody doesn't think like you. Everybody doesn't want to do what you do, and that's just the way life is. But I did enjoy hitting I got a small bucket of golf balls. Thank goodness. It was $3, which is pretty cheap actually. And it probably had about 35, 40 golf balls in it. And, that doesn't sound like many, but that's 40 swings. And then I went to the putting green and putted a little bit. My putting sucks, but actually my putting used to be fair, but my eyes have gotten a little worse, and now what I think is straight is not, and my smooth putting stroke is not smooth. But it's okay, because the people I'm going to be playing with are going to be senior citizens in my age group. Maybe some of them will be in their mid-60s, but most of them will be right around my age. A few of them will be a little older. I'm kind of getting on up there to the top of the pack now as far as age. But again, I think it was the right choice to do the golf thing. It gives me another arrow in my quiver, so to speak. It gives me another thing to do. at those times when I'm, sitting here at home and not traveling. But when I'm RVing, when I'm traveling around in the RV pulling the casita, I'm going to take the golf clubs, and they got a beautiful golf course out there at what is it called? Something Lake. Corps of Engineers. I've stayed there and I never can remember the name of it. But anyway, it's near Santa Fe, New Mexico. We got a beautiful golf course there, and it's not too expensive. And I've played there one time years ago. I rented a set of clubs, and yeah, with renting a set of clubs, it was pretty pricey. And but I bit the bullet just because I thought it was a pretty course. And so anyway, again, just gives me something else to do. But we're on Park Road 4 in Central Texas. It's about 11:45, I guess, a.m. Central Standard Time. Temperature is 82 degrees. That's something else I found out. The temperature being 82 degrees is nice, all right, but the humidity being 82% because there's showers all around, it doesn't make it that comfortable. It isn't that comfortable. So we may delay a little bit till we get into the 70s because I want to be, if I'm going to spend $35 including gasoline to go play around the golf, I want to enjoy $35 worth of, I want $35 worth of enjoyment. I don't want to be worrying about the heat and humidity and rain and all that stuff. Because when it's really humid and you're sweating, I don't wear a glove. Most golfers, some golfers don't. I choose not to because it just gives me a better feel of the club. But once your hands start sweating, and you got to keep wiping the sweat off. But if it's a nice, dry, low humidity day, then yeah, the golf is pretty nice. Yeah, you can feel comfortable, and there's a lot of pretty days coming up. I don't need to rush. That's usually what happens to people. They get burned out on something. They kind of rush it, so to speak. But I'm not going to rush it. But I hope y'all are all doing all right. I'm doing okay. What else can I say? See, there's a little poem in that. I don't know what it means, but for you guys, for any of you guys, ladies, gentlemen, whatever, golf is a fun way to spend a day because it'll take a full day if you play on the average golf course in the USA. To play 18 holes of golf using a cart on any kind of semi-busy day is going to take you 4 to 5 hours to play the round. And then if you stop and take a break at the clubhouse after 9 holes, you can add that to the flavor. So yeah, it would be nothing to spend 5 hours or 6 hours at the golf course if you're enjoying yourself. Because the great thing about golf, most of the golf courses, have a 19th hole, so to speak, which is a bar, and you finish playing 18 holes, you go in and have you a beer or a toddy, whatever you want, and talk about all those great shots you didn't hit but almost did, and and make a lot of jokes. And if you've had a few bets during the rounds, that's usually where everything is settled up, is at the 19th hole. But it can be a good way of life. But as you get older, for me, what I've found is I can't play too much. If I played 2 or 3 times a week, I would be risking a back problem. But if I just limit it to 1 or 2 times a month, I think I'll be fine. And I'm not going to go to the range and hit range balls anymore. I did that today just to see, I wanted to get my distance, because one of the important things for you new guys, if you're thinking about taking up golf, is you got to know your distance with each club, or reasonably so. Because let's just say you're in the fairway and you're 100 yards out. What club are you going to hit? You need to know that. And once you get your distances, pretty well nailed down, then golf will be kind of fun. And once you start hitting the ball instead of the ground 4 inches behind it, that makes it a lot more fun too. And but here's a tip. If you keep your left arm straight, or if you're left-handed, your right arm, but you're the left arm straight, keep your head down. Keep your head down. Don't, just lock your eyes on that ball. And when you swing, you want to see the club hit the ball. You want to keep your head down almost all the way through the swing. Why? Because if you raise that head up, that ball's going to go left or right big time. If you keep your head down, for some reason, that swing will be straight, smooth, and you'll hit it fairly. You may not hit it far, but you'll hit it straight, and if you're hitting it straight, you're making progress. That's the way I looked at it, because I played with some old men when I started that were in their middle 60s, and I was in my late 30s or early 40s, probably late 30s, and yeah, they beat me like a drum, and they beat me like a drum many times, but finally, after about 3 years, the old worm turned, because I could get more, I had more distance, and my accuracy was getting better, and the next thing you know, I was beating them like a drum. But of course, that's the way it goes. They expected that. They enjoyed beating me, though, I can tell you that. Because we'd have a few bets on every hole. Nothing big, nothing big dollars or anything, but, it'd be, maybe 50 cents, quarter to 50 cents, but, you lose quarter to 50 cents on every hole. In 18 holes, you've lost $10. Well, depending on how much money you got, $10 can be something, But anyway, it's fun, and never underestimate the competitive spirit of the individual you're playing with. Even though they may look like a mild mouse, believe me, inside of that body is a fire that wants a piece of you, even for that quarter. I mean, I've seen guys almost go to blows that are in their mid-60s, early 70s that almost would fight because of some stupid thing they'd create and get mad at one another. I saw one guy pull a 7-iron out of his bag. He was fixing to hit another fella with it. I was there. I said, man, put the damn club back. He did. But, it was just one of those momentary things, a petty thing. What it was is the guy, these two guys didn't get along anyway, and one guy made a long putt, which is, like lightning strike. He made a putt from about 60 feet, just one of those 1 in a billion putts, and won the bet. Well, that did it. That did it. This guy just went off. So that was because of that competitive spirit. He couldn't stand to lose. And if you can't stand to lose, then you don't want to get in the game. It's nothing wrong with being competitive. Nothing wrong with that. But, there is a point where if you can't control your emotions, then you need to go take up kickboxing or something. But anyway, we're on Park Road 4. This is a beautiful view coming down this hill here, mountain to us. And it's a nice day. It's just a little humid, that's all. I mean, the sky is partly cloudy. I could have played in Llano today, but I'm glad I didn't, because it is just a little humid and I wouldn't have been all that comfortable. So I'm waiting for fair weather. I just spent all that money. And it's 30 miles one way over there to the golf course. And we'll see. But anyway, guys, from Central Texas, USA, just giving you a heads up on my new golfing adventure. This is Rusty78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything your little heart desires. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission and it does not cost you 1 penny. Some of you have, and I have noticed it, and I do appreciate it. Don't think I don't. Drink plenty of water, 3 or 4 quarts a day. Won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll help you lose weight because you'll be full of water and you won't want to eat so much. And what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in deeply. Hold it for a few seconds. Breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure, and that's very good for you. And then what else? Stretch, 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 swivel, 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 swivel. Do all those things to keep your health or exercise your body. Then stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your lovely head. It is yours. You don't need to let anybody in there that you don't want to. So having said that, guys, from Central Texas, USA, this is Rusty78609 enjoying his day. Adios, amigo.